Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Lewis University Television Network. Today is Thursday, April 3rd, 2025. I'm Francesca Corso.
And I'm Brendan Najera.
Tonight, the Federal Aviation Administration is sending a stress management team to support overloaded air traffic controllers at Ronald Reagan National Airport after several incidents this year, including the fatal crash involving a commercial airline and a military helicopter back in January. Later, state governments banning cell phones in classrooms, and then the newly discovered life-size statues inside a tomb in Pompeii. New today, citizens of nations around the world, including Americans, at threat of a global recession. As we begin tonight with the news of the new global tariffs the Trump administration has imposed on 60 nations around the world. The Nonpartisan Tax Foundation says the new tariffs President Trump announced Wednesday will cost the average American household $2,100 per year. Americans' average tax import will surge the 19% from 2.5% last year, the highest rate since 1933. Fitch Ratings said it would go even higher, sending America's effective tariff rate to its highest level in more than 100 years. Most mainstream economics agree to the U.S. and global economies will go into a recession this year if Trump doesn't loosen up on his new trade policy. The administration is pushing back on those predictions. It says Trump's trade actions in his first term were widely predicted to slow the economy and make inflation spike, but neither happened.
A critical incident stress management team will be sent to Ronald Reagan National Airport. The Federal Aviation Administration released a statement saying this group will head there this month to provide support to air traffic controllers. Since the start of 2025, there have been several incidents at the airport, including the deadly January collision of a military helicopter and commercial flight. Last week, there was a close call between a plane and Air Force jets. The FAA says it will also hold regular wellness checks.
After weeks of worry from staffers, massive job cuts known as Reduction in Force, or RIF, are rolling through multiple agencies within U.S. Health and Human Services. No employee level appears immune, with cuts being reported throughout leadership, longtime staffers, scientists, administrators, and communications staff. One Food and Drug Administration employee described it as, quote, bloodbath. The exact number of job cuts that began Tuesday, not immediately clear. But last week, Secretary Kennedy forecast that 10,000 full-time employees would be let go, on top of 1,000 others who've already left, or probationary employees who are on administrative leave.
In the political world, there's one issue both sides of the aisle seem to support: banning cell phones in schools. Virginia has been one of the states at the forefront of the issue. Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin signed an executive order to establish phone-free education this year. The movement to restrict cell phones in classrooms is growing, with 9 states having already passed the ban or restricted cell phone use in schools, and 15 states, plus the District of Columbia, have introduced legislation to do the same. New York is reportedly moving closer to joining a handful of other states to look at similar programs. In Georgia, a bill banning electronic devices from kindergarten through 8th grade now awaits Governor Brian Kemp's signature.
Some ruffled feathers in Washington state. Police arrested a man who allegedly broke into his ex-girlfriend's home and abducted her chicken named Polly. Authorities say the woman called 911 Saturday, saying her ex-boyfriend kicked in her door, grabbed her chicken, and yelled, "I've got Polly," several times before running off. Police searched and found the man in the woods, still clutching Polly. He was confronted at gunpoint. Deputies let him put the chicken in the back of the patrol car before taking him into custody. He was booked on charges of residential burglary and violating a protection order. The 50-year-old had already been in police custody that day. He was released just 3 hours before the incident. Polly was not hurt and was returned to her family. Up next, the life-size statues that have been discovered in Italy at an ancient tomb. Then, China's stern warning to Taiwan and its allies to the threat of war in the Pacific theater looms. We'll be right back after these messages.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit And now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Two nearly life-size statues have been discovered during the excavation of a massive tomb in Pompeii, Italy. Archaeologists say the marble statue of a toga-clad man and a woman shed light on the power held by priestesses in the ancient city. Pompeii was destroyed when Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD. The woman is wearing a necklace with a crescent moon pendant like those worn by priestesses of the cult of Chris. The director of the archaeological park says the woman's adornment suggests she was more important than the man. That could mean that they weren't married, but that the man may have been either a priest or the woman's son. She also appears to be holding laurel leaves, which were used to purify religious spaces. The dig leader says that these types of sculptures are very rare in southern Italy, and it is even more unusual to find reliefs of priestesses holding their religious objects. The statues were moved to the largest open space in Pompeii for restoration and will go on display starting April 16th.
Chinese electric vehicle giant BYD is taking on Tesla as the Elon Musk-owned EV company faces declining sales. BYD reported a 60% surge in sales in the first quarter of the year. It sold more than 1 million vehicles in the first 3 months of 2025 alone. That includes battery-powered cars, hybrids, and commercial vehicles. Its sales of pure EVs soared nearly 40%. The company also reported a record annual revenue of $107 billion last year. That's about $10 billion more than Tesla's 2024 revenue, and Tesla's annual deliveries declined for the first time last year.
On Monday, a flight carrying more than 200 people had to turn around over the Indian Ocean after a passenger tried to force open a plane door. The flight was traveling from Bali, Indonesia to Melbourne, Australia. In a statement, low-cost carrier Jetstar said the passenger was also abusive to the crew. The passenger was removed from the aircraft by local authorities in Bali. In a video circulating online, the captain is heard explaining that a woman in the back of the aircraft managed to lift the door's handle before a warning signal alerted the crew.
The Chinese military says it has launched drills in Taiwan in a stern warning. Their statement advised the drills to be a forceful deterrence against Taiwan independence. China has vowed to take control off the island by force if necessary. Propaganda footage shared by China's Eastern Theater Command on Tuesday featured some very non-traditional elements, including cartoon characters and other animated imagery, interspersed with footage of warplanes and Navy vessels. In recent years, China's military has increased regular patrols as well as military exercises in the air and waters around Taiwan.
After spending 286 days on the International Space Station, astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore were originally slated to be away from home for an 8-day mission, but had their timeline extended to more than 9 months. They worked and performed science experiments while waiting for retrieval from Russian cosmonaut Alexander Grobov and fellow NASA astronaut Nick Hogg. Despite widespread fears for the astronauts' safety, Williams says she was always optimistic. The Boeing Skyliner they rode up to space was deemed unfit to return them due to helium leaks and propulsion issues. The pair were able to hitch a ride back home aboard a SpaceX Dragon capsule. Next, Chicago residents can be eligible through a new amnesty program in efforts to relieve debt on those who owe parking ticket fines, plus a local restaurant named the best spot for seafood. Stick with us after these messages. You won't want to miss it.
What are you looking for?
Meet The Scan,
a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Tonight, a big break for Chicago drivers struggling with ticket debt. The city has launched a new amnesty program allowing eligible drivers to settle unpaid tickets from 2023 without late fees or penalties. This limited time offer could help thousands wipe off their debt and avoid license suspensions. City officials say the goal is to give residents a chance to catch up without the burden of extra fees. Drivers have until May 31st to take advantage of this program. For more details on how to apply, visit the city's website.
NASCAR officials are meeting with Chicago residents to discuss this summer's street race. The event, set for July, will once again take over downtown streets, bringing both excitement and concerns. Residents and business owners have questions about road closures, noise, and the impact on local traffic. City leaders say they're working to minimize disruptions while still making the event a success. Last year's race drew thousands of fans, but also sparked a debate over its effect on daily lives. Tonight's meeting aims to address these concerns and provide updates on plans for this year's event.
Chicago's food scene is getting national recognition, with a local restaurant named the best seafood spot in the country. Low Country Lakeview took the top spot on Yelp's list, praised for its southern-styled seafood boil and laid-back atmosphere. Customers rave about the freshness of the shrimp, crab, and crawfish, served with flavorful seasonings. The restaurant beat out competition from coastal cities known for their seafood scenes. Chicagoans now have another reason to celebrate the city's culinary excellence. Food lovers looking to try it can head over to Low Country's Lakeview location for the taste of the award-winning dishes.
Tragedy struck at Starved Rock State Park, where 3 family members died after a fall. Officials say that the victims were hiking near a popular waterfall when they went over the edge. Rescue workers responded quickly, but all 3 were pronounced dead at the scene. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources is investigating how the incident happened. Starved Rock is known for its scenic but steep trails, and officials urge visitors to stay on marked paths. More details are expected as the investigation continues. Coming up, Nintendo upping the prices on its new gaming console, Dolly Parton's new clothing company, and more after this with Christian Kluver.
Okay. Welcome back. Jason and Kylie Kelsey welcomed a baby girl on Sunday. Meet Finley and Kelsey. The couple announced the arrival of their 4th daughter in an Instagram post on Tuesday. The post showed pictures of the newborn lying on her mother's chest and her dad wrapped up in the blanket wearing a pink hat with a bow. The couple announced the pregnancy on Instagram in November with a photo of their 3 daughters at the time. Nintendo has unveiled the Switch 2. The original hybrid game console came out 8 years ago and was wildly successful. With the sequel, Nintendo must prove it can follow one blockbuster hit with another. The Switch 2 will launch on June 5th for $450, which is quite a bit more than the first generation's model, which was a $300 price. In January, the video game company disclosed only the new console's design and compatibility with previous generation games. But on Wednesday, Nintendo revealed specific details about the Switch 2 for the first time, including specifics about hardware. Country music icon Dolly Parton is bringing her signature sparkle back to the fashion world. She's teaming up with Khloe Kardashian and the Good American denim brand to launch a limited edition collection called Dolly Jolene's. The collection draws inspiration from Parton's classic hit Jolene, her country style. The line features denim pieces adorned with shimmering rhinestones, among other glitzy details. The 79-year-old Parton says the jeans will, quote, make any butt look good. Dave Coulier is cancer-free. A rep for the Full House actor confirmed the good news for People magazine. Coulier was diagnosed with stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in October of 2024 and completed chemotherapy in February. In an interview with Parade published on Monday, Coulier said a recent lymph node biopsy showed no signs of cancer. The 65-year-old told Magazine that he is waiting for the results of the additional test to confirm the cancer is officially gone. Lady Gaga's new album is out and it is all about the mayhem. A surf shop in California says the album's logo looks too much like theirs, and they are suing for trademark infringement. Head shaper Matt Bullios said that his company's product and accessories cater to surfers, skaters, and snowboarders, which is why he is suing Lady Gaga for trademark infringement. Mayhem is the name of the superstar's latest album and concert tour. Gaga's Mayhem logo on the merchandise, like t-shirts and hoodies, there are obvious similarities to the Lost Surfboard's trademark. Mayhem logo before filing suit, Bullios said that he and his lawyer reached out to representatives of Lady Gaga. Bullios hopes the lawsuit against Lady Gaga will prevent her from diluting the reputation of his alternative brand. Up next, food recalls related to a New York-based chocolate company and more, coming next with health correspondent Sharon Shurian.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Tony's Chocolonely Incorporated is recalling some chocolate bars. Officials with New York-based companies say some consumers found small stones in the products. Among the items recalled, Tony's Dark Almond Sea Salt Bar and Tony's Everything Bar. The bars were sold nationwide and online over the past 2 months. Customers are advised to return them for a full refund. The Food and Drug Administration can keep certain flavored vaping products off store shelves. Wednesday, the U.S. Supreme Court weighed in, siding with government regulators. The case stemmed from the FDA's refusal to grant approval for some vaping products to be sold to consumers, saying they were deliberately geared to appeal to minors. However, it's only a partial win because the High Court sent the case to an appeals court for additional review. Vaping companies will also be able to reapply for FDA approval of the products. More than 240 people on board a Cunard luxury cruise ship have gotten sick with norovirus, a highly contagious stomach bug. The Centers for Disease Control and Protection reported the outbreak aboard Queen Mary 2. The ship is due to return to England on April 6th, after a 4-week transatlantic cruise ship to the Caribbean. The CDC said infected passengers have been quarantined and the ship's crew has been increased cleaning on board. According to CDC data, the outbreak comes on the heels of the worst year for cruise ship-based gastrointestinal outbreaks in over a decade. The majority of the record-breaking 2024 gastrointestinal outbreaks at sea were norovirus-related. In Virginia, more and more people are looking for help at free healthcare clinics. The Blue Ridge Free Clinic in Harrisonburg offers physical, mental, and dental health services. It's run entirely by volunteers and funded by donations. The executive director says clinics in Virginia have been at or over capacity for the past 6 to 8 months. She says staff have to make tough decisions when it comes to patient care. According to the Virginia Association of Free Charitable Clinics, patients served at free clinics jumped by 19% in 2022. That number rose by another 32% in 2023. Up next, we'll hear from Christian Kluver with the weather and then Abby Verkalis with sports news. Stay tuned.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
What are you looking for?
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to our weather forecast this week, Lewis. For tonight's low temperatures up north in Rockford, we are going to be a low of 34, and in Waukegan, a low of 36. We get towards the city, we're going to be at a low of 38 in Chicago. Out where we are at in Lewis, Joliet between Cicero, 40 and 39. We're kind of going to be teetering in between. We get out east and South Bend, it's going to be 37. Out west in Ottawa, it's going to be 38. Tonight's high temperatures up north in Rockford, it's going to be 51 degrees. In Waukegan, it's going to be 55. We get down towards Lewis here in the center between Joliet and Cicero. We are going to be kind of at 58 temperature. Down south, it's going to be 60 degrees. And again, in Indiana, all the way out in the east, it's going to be 65 in South Bend. All great temperatures. Hopefully, we are starting to get towards summer. Our radar this week for around the area, we have had a rainy week. It still looks like we're going to get some rain in here. It's going to be a little bit more severe down south where the red and that yellow is, but up here where we are, it looks like we should be clear. Hopefully this doesn't move up. Other than that though, we should be rain free. For temperature changes, -19 temperature degree change in Rockford. That is a big jump, but a 0 temperature degree change in Waukegan. I find that interesting, both of them being north. 22 degree temperature change in Joliet, and then all the way out east is a -5 degree temperature change. Aurora, all the way out west, is a -18 temperature degree change. And lastly, for our 7-day outlook this week, on Thursday, which is today, we had a rainy day, a high of 51 and a low of 39. On Friday, we are going to have a little bit of sun, but it's also going to rain. Maybe if we're lucky, we will see a rainbow. 47 is going to be our high, 40 is our low. Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be a pretty chill weekend, cloudy, a little bit of sun on Sunday. 49 and 46 are going to be our highs for those days. And on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, partly cloudy throughout the whole week as well. A little bit of rain on Monday. Our high is going to be 44. Tuesday, our high is going to be 40. And on Wednesday, our high is going to be 51. That is all for our weather forecast this week. Now we're going to pass to sports with Abigail Varkalis.
Louisville Slugger is giving folks a look at the manufacturing process for the new torpedo bats being used in Major League Baseball. They're called torpedo bats because of their torpedo-shaped appearance, and they've been getting a lot of attention lately. They're designed with more wood in the area of the bat, most likely to make impact with the ball, giving batters a better chance for base hits and home runs. Major League Baseball has confirmed the bats are legal. The New York Yankees have players using torpedo bats, and the team hit 15 home runs across their opening 3-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Some players on other teams also use torpedo bats, including the Chicago Cubs and Minnesota Twins. The Lewis University men's golf team secured a 5th place finish at the Flyers Spring Invitational held at Carnegie Golf Club on April 1st. The Flyers posted scores of 307 plus 9 on Monday and 306 plus 8 on Tuesday, totaling 613 for the tournament. Jan Antindo led the team with a tie for 11th place, shooting a 75-76 151. Ty Dottie followed closely, finishing tied for 17th with a 74-78 152. Ethan Horman tied for 20th with a 78-75 153, while Cody Donovan and Ian Bollinger rounded out the team's performance. Lewis B team finished 13th overall, led by Zaz Antito, who shot a 161 to tie for 47th place. Up next, the Flyers head to Noblesville, Indiana to compete in the UIndy Ken Partridge Invitational on April 6th. The Lewis University women's golf team finished 12th at the Carnegie Golf Club. The Flyers show a combined score of 355 on Monday and 376 on Tuesday, totaling 731 for the event. The Flyers will next compete at the UMSL Invitational in St. Louis, Missouri on April 13th. The Lewis University men's track and field team has been voted to finish second in the 2024-2025 Great Lakes Valley Conference GLVC Outdoor Preseason Coaches Poll. The Flyers earned 156 voting points and 4 first-place votes after a strong runner-up finish at the GLVC Indoor Championship earlier this year. Lincoln was picked as the preseason favorite with 162 points and 7 first-place votes, while Missouri rounded out the top 3 with 145 points and 3 first-place votes. Head coach Dana Schwarting enters his 19th season at the helm, looking to guide the season to its second outdoor GLVC championship. Having previously won in 2016, the Flyers returned several top athletes, including defending GLVC champions Adrian Manning, 400 meter, Evan Horgan, 5,000 meter, and Gavin Jenkins, 3,000 meter steeplechase. Lewis will aim to build on last season's success as they prepare for the upcoming outdoor season. The series between the Cubs and the Oakland Athletics is underway. Saya Suzuki hit a 3-run homer in the first inning, and Kyle Tucker added a solo shot in the third as the Chicago Cubs defend Oakland. 7-4 on Tuesday night. Brent Rooker and Shea Lanigers each homered for Oakland, but Cubs left-handed Justin Steele struck out 6 over 6 innings, earning the win. Steele improved to 4-0 with a 1.41 ERA in the last 9 interleague starts. Ryan Presley pitched a scoreless 9th for his second save. Tucker's 4th straight game with a home run tied him with Aaron Judge for the second most in the majors. Luis Severino allowed 6 runs over 6 innings in the loss, struggling after a strong career mark against Chicago Cubs right-handed pitcher Jamison Tellin faces Athletics left-hander Jeffrey Springs in the series finale Wednesday. We'll be right back after these messages.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my 3rd child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
That's it for today's news. Thank you for watching, and as a reminder, you can always keep up with Lewis University Television Network on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and by visiting our YouTube channel. I'm Francesca Corso.
And I'm Brandon Najera. Have a great night.